What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Road to Max rank here on the free-to-play account. Now, this time around, we are doing Int Golden Frieza's Angel, Easy A, which is pretty good. I think he's a pretty solid unit. I don't think he's insane in comparison to other units. He's kind of basic. But there is a big negative with this guy that I feel like should be addressed, and we are going to talk about it. But let's go over the team. Now, the reason why I'm starting at this stage is at 32 instead of like 29 is that I just kept going, and I just forgot, right? I just kept grinding, and I went to 30, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a video. Then I made a video, but then the audio wasn't working right, and it sounded weird. I tried a voiceover, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna do stage 32 and then just run the team again. It's dumb easy, it's not hard. So we'll go over the team, we'll go over the event and stuff like that, then we'll go into his kit, then we'll talk about it, then we'll see how that plays out, right? I'm not gonna spend too much time, like 7 minutes, something like that, less than 10. Because he himself is, he's not bad. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh my god, he's horrible, right? Because he's genuinely not. He can definitely put up damage and have okay defense, but for red zone, no. For Extreme Super Battle Road, Resurrected Warriors, he's probably gonna be the character you're supposed to run anyways, right? Because he can't debuff and all this other stuff, but we'll go over that here in a second. But the Defenders of Justice team is actually not that bad, all things considered. Now, Videl is the Defenders of Justice leader, but I am personally using Gamma 2. Gamma 2 is part of the Defenders of Justice, and you're able to run a mix of movie hero / special pose to make the team. The only reason I'm doing it is because I want to. There's no rhyme or reason outside of that. There's no deeper meaning. There's none of that. There's just literally, I just want to run this team. I could have easily run Videl, and this team would have worked just as fine. But that's my only reasoning. And Gamma 2 is awesome, bro. Come on. But this team is pretty good. It's encompassed like a lot of the characters that pair up very, very well with one another. Defenders of Justice is a whole bunch of free-to-play cards. You know, you got Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 LR. You know, the Tech one, the Int Great Saiyaman. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many of these Saiyaman cards and Videl cards that exist that are all like very readily accessible and very easy to get to make this pretty easy, right? So it's actually not that bad. You're about to see what I mean, dude. But you know, Gamma 1 and 2 both obliterate this stage, and then Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, the LR one, just dominates this stage as well because he's Fizz. They're Fizz, right? So you're about to see in this rotation. This is the final rotation. It's not going to go any further than this, right? Yeah, 4.1 crit. 2 supers. This is a triple attack, so he still has one more. That could be a normal or a super attack. If it's a super attack, it's over. If it's not a super attack, and it is a super attack, bam, 6.5. Gamma 2 is crazy. Even when he's not paired up with his Gamma 1 counterpart to get most of his links, he's still insane, right? It's beautiful. I love it. Bam, easy, GG. You can get very far in this stage, right? I'm definitely going to work on the Hercule statues past, up to 77 to get the title. But this is a team that I brought. 1, 2, 3, 4, all free-to-play cards. He is a summonable card, but he's a banner unit that's been out forever. And then, obviously, Gamma 2 is, right? You can easily make a Gamma 1 and 2 team, and then them two just to completely obliterate this stage like if it's nothing. You can run a whole bunch of, like, free-to-play, Defenders of Justice characters that also work very well with one another. So a lot of potential, very easy A, nothing too difficult. So let's go over his kit and let's talk about his like negatives, right? And why people don't like him, but I don't think it's that bad, right? So let's go ahead and start with Angel Golden Frieza and his leader skill. So he leads Resurrected Warriors category 3 key HP attack and defense 170%, or Int type key 3 HP attack and defense 120. So already Battlefield, pretty good leader, right? Generic Int type leader, pretty good. Passive skill is 200. Okay, his attack is 250% and defense 150% to start turn. That's pretty good numbers, pretty high, especially considering his stats on, they're pretty decent. Nothing too crazy. It's in the realm of where he should be, right? A little bit less than some, but it's fine. All enemies All enemies attack negative 15%. Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road, very good. Plus an additional 7%, plus an additional negative 7% for superclass enemies. Again, Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road, and allies. You had this before, right? Plus an additional attack and defense 100% when there is a superclass enemy. Pretty good. Attacks effective against all types when there is another representatives of Universe 7 category ally taking the same turn. His super attack effect is greatly raises defense for one turn, causes immense damage to enemy, and greatly lowers defense. So overall, if you just look at it like that, he's not bad, right? But there is some contradicting aspects to him that just kind of make him bad and not as good as other characters. Where if he just had the effective against all types and that's it, then he would be way better. Without the category restrictions, it would be way better. Actually, what would make this even 10 times better would be just to take away the negative aspect of the negative 7% to your superclass allies, which is stupid. Should have never been a thing. If they just take that part out, they don't even have to add the 7% to the 15%. If you're fighting a superclass enemy, just take that little part out and you fix the unit 110%. That's it. Everything else of his kit is fine. It's good enough for it to be a solid easy A. You know what I mean? He's not bad. The misconception of this guy is that he contradicts himself, right? Because the representatives of Universe 7 is just filled, if not overflowed, with superclass allies. The only extreme character in that team is Golden Frieza, or Frieza himself, right? And there's only so many versions of him you can make from the Tournament of Power, and that are on representatives of Universe 7. It's just dumb, right? He's a very contradicting character. However, when you just run him on that team, because there isn't enough extreme characters to make that team viable without going into his SSRs, right? However, there is a plus side to this. He does link up 5 out of his 7 links with the transforming final form Angel Frieza that is on the same category. That transformed to Golden Frieza from the Tournament of Power. Ooh, he himself is actually pretty good. He shares 5 out of 7 links with him. And he's on 2 teams that actually would benefit from being from this. Now, those 2 teams are Otherworld Warriors and Resurrected Warriors, which is basically the same thing, right? So maybe on Representatives of Universe 7 and every other team that he's part of, he may not be that good because he, again, would contradict himself with, any superclass allies that you bring, and especially on Representatives Universe 7. But it's not that bad of a restriction, right? He's limited to 2 teams where he can really flourish and not have any negative outputs outside of superclass allies. But he still gets his full passive paired up with the pretty good TUR character in the form of Angel Frieza, right? His counterpart. So it's not a bad easy A, but it's definitely not the best. In my opinion, he's not bad, right? But he's not amazing. He's not fantastic. He's not a top 10, right? He's not any of that. But he's okay. And for a Resurrected Warriors character, and for Otherworld Warriors, Gifted Warriors, Time Limit, Sworn Enemies, I feel like this is a good boost for these categories. Transformation Boost doesn't need it. Wicked Bloodline, Universal Survival Saga, sure, why not? Master Evolution, probably not. Full Power, nope. And Representatives of Universe 7, you're never going to run this guy. You're not going to. There's so much better characters to run than this Frieza, who's just going to make your team weaker for no reason, right? And why would you run him anyways? So it's kind of like, he's just bad. It's just bad because he contradicts himself. It doesn't really bring anything to the table outside of his mediocre passive that, again, just hinders the team instead of supports it, right? So that's just kind of all I wanted to say about Golden Frieza. I don't think he's bad, but it is what it is. I don't think he's I do think his design is bad, but not overall. He's not a horrible character. He's definitely pretty good if you just don't run superclass units on your team. There you go. Which is fine. It is whatever. Maybe we'll get more Friezas, representatives of Universe 7 Friezas. There's definitely a lot of moments there that you can pair up with this guy. that he can maybe get something from it, but I genuinely don't think, right? It is what it is. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of Int Golden Frieza. I unfortunately do not have this guy on my free-to-play account, but I do have him on my main account, so I'm definitely going to use him and stuff like that. Feel him out. Maybe my opinion of him will change as I use him. I didn't watch any videos on him. I like to keep that on my side of my head fresh so I can fully experience the characters, right? As much as I love watching other YouTubers, especially within this amazing community that we have. It's just I like to keep my opinion fresh on them and use them firsthand before I start watching videos, right? But with that, I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.